second. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Nice job at slipping to the right spot after setting the screen. That's one of the best times to get yourself open. Kuzma, you can't lose track of that guy.
Now, here's Dunn. Wide open. They get it again. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game. And he gets the bucket.
Good eye from Cobb. Spotting the wide open man. Sets it up perfectly with that pass.
Done outside. Outside Collins. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get going this quarter.
Here's Brett. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Now, here's Junior. No good that time. And here's Reddish. Looking over the floor. Collins passes to Reddish. From deep three-point range. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Lakers lead by 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And so in the game for the Hawks, it's Reddish and Hunter teaming up at the forward spot. Tony Snell is out there with Chris Dunn. That's Knight in at the center, locking down the middle.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks, trailing by 4. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Tell you what, guys, there's no way you're stopping Dunn when he's that close to the hoop.
The Lakers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Junior kicks to Cobb. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Knocks it loose. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Dunn. The game now all time. Dunn's got 4 points this quarter.
Dunn finishing in style. And the explosion to the hoop. Powerful.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s. I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Here's Williams, following the basket by Anthony Davis. That is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Williams.
Boy, for a pint-sized guy, Williams can absorb a lot of contact. Nice. This man there.
Yep, it counts.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now, here's Okongwu. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Clippers.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
The Hawks trail by 4. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that case. I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. John Collins, he's checked in for Atlanta. Kevin Herter comes in for Tony Snell. And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And Clarky, you just figured it was a matter of time before Davis started working away from the basket last season, attempting the most threes of his career.
Yeah, I agree with you. That evolution of his game was something that we all could kind of forecast. And he still gets it done inside when he needs to, but he's had some injuries, and he understands being smart and efficient is just as important as being physical and tough. And he just picks and chooses his spots. And I think his perimeter shot is really good now, and I just think it's going to continue to get better with time.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Matthews. Your passes to Davis. Out to Kuzma. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
You know, when Kuzma plays with that kind of tenacity, he's going to make defenders foul. He's a real force in this uniform.
Huwag ka na mag-batin-batin ng pabango dito.
Ba't mo tinatanggal yun?
Useless.
Useless. Hayır, degree.
Substitution here for the Lakers. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Drummond. Harrell comes in for Davis. Cobb's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Junior sub in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for Atlanta, I've checked in for Okongwu. Reddish comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's done in for Williams. Now here's Harrell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Junior. Gasol trying to throw himself up. And it's Junior missing. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try.
A shot by Reddish, no good.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Nice screen.
Junior with it.
Ay, wala na. Ito naman si...
Stolen by Dunn. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Ay,
You know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here's Junior, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
offense going.
And maybe cause some
Yeah.
foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Kicks it out to Collins. Night for three. No good. Shot missing. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks on top, up 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, he's checked in for the Lakers. Then for the Hawks, Reddish, he's checked in for John Collins. Tony Snell comes in for Bogdanovich. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Lou Williams. LeBron Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Junior, and it's Drummond in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Here's Hunter, just 4 to shoot. And Davis sends it back.
Davis's anticipation and timing, so good at the defensive end. This guy is a shot blocking machine.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell comes in for Andre Drummond, and Kyle Kuzma subbed in for James.
It was a roller coaster season, to say the least, for Kyle Kuzma. Saw his role get diminished on the Lakers, and his stats across the board were down.
Go back to your playing days, mine as well. It's hard for young guys early in their career to understand role playing. They equate their production with minutes and accolades as opposed to contribution for the team. And Kyle Kuzma has tremendous talent, great versatility. Early in his career, I think he's going to be fine in the long run.
Here's Dunn. The Hawks again can't hit.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Hunter dishes to Reddish.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses, understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Kuzma outside. Harrell the pass to Junior. Harrell trying to free himself up. And that one's good, Junior.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Hunter, no one around him, gets the three-pointer to fall. Hunter's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Hawks. Lakers leading by 3. Here's Harrell.
Nice foul.
The shot's good and the assist by Schroeder.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
ground. Lakers lead by 3. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Atlanta, on the wings, Herter and Reddish. Okongwu is out there with Collins, and it's done in at the 1 spot. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Herter to tie it up. The shot comes out, so the Lakers will take it the other way.
I wonder at the score if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
It's done. Doesn't go for it. Great D that time from Davis. Here's Junior. And the miss is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Williams gives to Collins. And he makes that one.
This is the John Collins show. There's a smoothness to his game that you really appreciate on a night like this.
Now, here's Junior. He's guarded by Williams.
Yes.
The Hawks trail by 8. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Bogdanovich, and it's sent back by Drummond. And Lou Williams hits from deep.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And the Lakers making a change here. Left in the fourth. So we'll go to the Hawks.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Lakers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other two.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense, will force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad.
Foul pa. Waria.
Williams. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not
not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
How's it going? I see you out there doing work. I see you want to sharpen those passing skills. Let's get you going.